Monday night's Brownlow will make history either way you look at it. The stars from the biggest clubs in the competition sit as the current favourites, with an already dual winner not too far behind. Most of the prediction models out there have the winner going well over 30 votes, and the current record of 36, tied between Ollie Wines and Dustin Martin, is also a chance to be broken. But right now, what do the general odds say, and where does history fit in all of this? Trying to predict every vote in every game is barely worth it. You just have to go back to last season's count to see how ineffective that is. It's just the nature of the award and its volatility. Right now, Nick Dacos and Patrick Cripps are pretty much equal favourites in most betting agencies. Neil is sitting at about 8-1 odds, and the rest of the pack are well beyond 13-1. Now the reason for using odds is to give a bit of perspective. With some research, the longest odds winner I could find in recent memory was Matthew Prittis in 2014. Going into that year's Brownlow, he was 41-1 to win the award. Last year Neil, who was a bit of a surprise winner, was roughly 10-1. So using that Prittis limit of 41-1 and having a look at the odds, there are realistically 6 players in the mix to win the 2024 Brownlow medal. The first 3 already mentioned in Dacos, Cripps, Neil, and then Marcus Bonampelli, Zach Merritt and Caleb Sarong. For a player outside of these 6 to win it, it would be in the top 2 or 3 boilovers in the awards history. But at the time making this video, it's hard to see one of Dacos, Cripps and Neil not winning the award. All 3 of them have polled exceptionally well in the past, are huge disposal machines, and really have no one around them who will take votes away. The first 2 also get high media coverage due to the big Victorian clubs they play for, and you can argue there is no better poller in Brownlow history than Lachie Neale, who proved that last year winning the award in a so-so season for him. If one of the winners is either of these 3, they will sit in rare air. If Carlton captain Patrick Cripps can take home the medal, he will become the 17th multiple time winner. It's actually surprising how many times the award has been won by the same player at least twice, and the so-called exclusive group isn't all that exclusive when you join 16 other people. Still, it would be a monumental effort from a player who only a few years ago people thought was physically done from carrying a bad team. Cripps finished the season the second highest rated player, polled 113 coaches' votes, 27 more than his 2022 Brownlow year, and averaged 29 disposals a game and kicked 16 goals in the home and away season. Going across the board, his numbers at least match, if not exceed, his 2022 totals, pointing towards an even better polling year. With Cripps' size in the midfield, he stands out, and how many times this season did we see him put his Superman cape on and take over games? A second Brownlow win would also see him as the only player in the club's history to win the award twice wearing the navy blue jumper. His equal is Nick Dacos. He probably should have won the award last year, if not for injury misfortune, but will be back inside the top 3 this year and probably for the next decade. If Dacos was to take home Charlie, he would be one of the youngest winners in history. Now the only teenager to win it was Dick Reynolds way back in 1934 when he was just 19 years old. At the end of the ceremony on Monday night, Dacos will be 21 years and 264 days old. To put that in perspective, he's barely 70 days older than Tony Lockett when he won the award in 1987, about 2/3 of a year older than Chris Judd when he won the award in his 3rd season, and around a year older than Gavin Wanganeen, who was 20 when he took home the medal in 1993. It shows you the type of company Dacos is around if he can poll the most votes on Monday. His 2024 numbers are nearly identical to last season. His player rating is up 1.4 points, he polled 9 more coaches' votes totaling 117 to win the award, and has again averaged roughly 31 disposals per game. But because of his midfield time, his clearances per game sit at 7.7, inside 50s at 5.5, and contested possessions at 14. All important numbers in the history of polling well. A 20-goal return is critical, and like Cripps, he has taken over so many games this year and will likely poll 3 votes in many of the games Collingwood lose. His skill and speed stands out from the rest, and he just gets the ball so much it's impossible not to notice him on the field. Last but certainly not least is Lachie Neale. After a slow start, he and Brisbane for the back 2/3 of the year really got going. Neale overall had a better season than 2023, so there is no reason he can't win the award for a 3rd time. If he does, he will join Ian Stewart, Bob Skilton, Dick Reynolds and Hayden Bunton Sr. as 3-time Brownlow medalists. Right now, he could be heading towards his 3rd Brownlow medal in just over a 5-season patch. And don't forget about 2022 as well, when Neale came second to Cripps, who did get a touch lucky, avoiding suspension for his bump on Calamar Chi. In another universe, Neale could already be a 3-time winner and looking at a 4th. Believe it or not, his 2024 has been his highest rated season. 101 coaches' votes is the second most Neale has got in a single year, and wherever you look, his numbers for a midfielder are big. 29 disposals and over 7 clearances per game is in the top echelon, and his total of 13 goals is good. But it's just something about Neale that umpires love. His stoppage work and clean hands stand out, and his ability to step out of traffic has improved so much since joining Brisbane. During their 9 straight wins in the middle part of the year, don't be shocked if Neale polls 3 votes in 7 or 8 of those games. History is screaming at us that Neale is almost a lock for 30 votes, and that always gives you a big shot at winning this award. The other 3 would probably need a small miracle to get up. Bontempelli was the top rated player this season, but due to the Bulldogs' shaky patches in the year, and Adam Treloar having a big campaign, it's hard to see the Bont taking home his first Brownlow. Merritt had a great start to the year, and while Essendon was winning, he is sure to be around the top end of the votes by the halfway mark. But after that, the Bombers do lose more than they win, and Tag has picked on Merritt far more than anyone else in this top 6. Sarong might be the best shot from these 3. He gets 30 disposals nearly every game, polled 24 votes last season, and it feels like he is one the umpires take notice of. Fremantle won 12 games, but also played in a bunch of close ones, which shouldn't rule out Sarong in picking up votes. But again, for either of these 3 to win, it feels like Dacos, Cripps and Neale would probably have to poll 4 to 6 votes less than what most models predict. Although Brownlow night can be frustrating to watch due to its length and the actual voting, it is still a significant night. Really, any one of the favourites are deserving winners, and each one will make a bit of history themselves. And who knows, maybe 2024 is the year we get another tie. It feels fitting in a season that has been more wild than ever.